It's the 30th of September 2016, and guess what? I'm back! Just got done. We're coming back from Lexington, where I had the neurologist appointment I told you guys about, and he was good. I've never had a doctor explain what my epilepsy is as clear as this guy was. I think I finally found the holy grail, the one that isn't full of crap. So he's changed my medication, and according to Kentucky law, I can't drive until around the end of November. So that's a thing. But my parents told me they're fine with carting me around and stuff like that, so as long as I'm not a burden, which I'm not, so that's good. Now we're going to stop off, get something to eat at some point once we get around London, because none of us were hungry while we were up at Lexington, and go get the meds. And the neat thing about my medication, which he switched it just in case I didn't mention, because I've got a conflict up front as to whether or not I did or didn't mention it. He switched me on the standard medication that you normally put for epilepsy, and he's given me some sort of time release. To begin with, I'll take them twice a day. But then after a month, when my body gets used to it, then I can just take the two at once and just do it that way. Apparently, if you started out with the two, the way that he put it was you get a jolt, which I'm figuring means you get a buzz, so probably not a good idea. Now I'm home after that long trip. A long, fruitful trip, I might add. So, that was definitely a lot of good confirmations today. Also, I noticed that for the beginning of today, whenever I was saying what the date was, I forgot to put the little banner at the bottom. Gonna have to get used to this again. But as for my plans for today, now that I am home, first take my medication. Duh. Second, take a nap, because I've been up since 5 a.m. because it was a place that was 2 hours away and we had to get there on time. And then third, the only work thing that I'm doing today is I am getting the playlist ready for the Triple M, because yes, the podcast will be back soon. But not all at once. There's not going to be a Going Through Who this week, and there's not going to be a gig for the next 2 weeks, I think. We're going to slowly turn the switches on around here one by one instead of just taking my hand and going, slam, now everything's back. But that means tomorrow, as most Saturdays are, will be a recording day. I'm recording 2 shows. Wait, but there's just Triple M, right? Let's just say the Diamond Club is doing a little bit of an initiative, and I've decided for mine to do an experiment with Samuel's Thoughts this month. I've always wondered what it would be like if I took Samuel's Thoughts and made it a weekly show instead of once a month. So yeah, let's see about this. Because doing that will take more time. It's definitely going to take more prep time, because I might have to use a news story, I might have to use all sorts of stuff to fill the time. And not forcefully fill the time, it's just whenever you're doing something once a month, then yeah, you can just grab everything, put it in a pile, and do it then. But when you have to be behind the mic for that particular show once a week, yeah, it takes a bit more show prep. So, looking forward to that. And this isn't an announcement that Samuel's Thoughts is suddenly going to go permanently weekly, but I am going to ask you guys what you think while I do it. So, yeah. Look at him. Kind of a big boy, isn't he? This is some sort of release action, though, so of course it'd be bigger. That went down smooth. Good. Sometimes those big pills don't do that, right? And yes, Samuel's Snapchat has now featured drug ingestion, which, unless you give context, will make me sound like a horrible individual. So for that person awkwardly sitting beside you that just heard that phrase, give them context, for my sake, please. And while you do that and have to explain yourself, I'm going to take a nap and, well, start the content flowing, as it were. But you're not recording anything. No, I'm not. But there's still Let's Plays to go up. Those are coming back, too. That was a good nap. The Twilight Princess Let's Play is up, but it had glitchy audio, so be prepared for that. The glitchy audio is our commentary. For some reason, it didn't pick it up quite well. The gameplay's perfectly fine, though, and with it being a Zelda game, there's no way to go back. So I still present it this week for the sake of completionist, but just be aware that there's going to be that weird thing with our voices, but otherwise, it's good. So now I'm going to listen to the submitted music for the Triple M. It's going to be good to be back in the swing of things. By the way, it's International Podcasting Day, so happy that, everyone. And how did I celebrate? I listened to a few podcasts. It was a busy day. Just slightly busy. Just a little bit. Otherwise, I might have actually recorded something, but, you know. Also, update, how am I feeling right now? Whoa, man. That's kind of how I feel right now. Anytime you start a new medication, especially this type of medication, it's gonna screw with you for a while your body adjusts. Because your body is clearly going, dude, we don't need this in here, what are you doing? You know, and I'm like, no, you do, or you're gonna have problems. While I'm waiting for the other people on the call to show up, I've been fiddling with Snapchat. Turns out the latest update fixed this angle. What do I mean by fix this angle? Remember how I'd have to lean down on the couch if I wanted to use any of the filters? Well... I don't be thinking this be a good look for me. There's a reason I shave. Still need to do that, by the way. Had a great conversation with Donovan and the producer. Usually do. So I'm going to call it a night early tonight. Because, of course, I've been up since 5 as opposed to the normal 8 o'clock. So, shift things around. So, till tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Oh, and it's good to be back. See you guys later.